Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fathurrahman. I want to explain about the few things the sum of country about do and don'ts. Okay, without any further ado, let's get started. Number one is Japan. Don't tip is most popular about the prohibit in all situations outside for foreigner on the bus. In fact, depending to whether hotel and taxi is and etc. is considered insulting, as if you're looking down on them for their job performing. So when you're done after meal, thank the person who brings the check and just the pay. Okay? Don't be loud in public transportation. If you're traveling in a group and try keep yourself together and speak quietly to avoid being nuisance to those around you. This includes phones as well. Avoid making phone calls, playing videos with higher sound, etc. If you're listening music on headphones, keep it from being heard by others for spoken. Many people in Japan live in tiny spaces, so the Japanese live by the concept of omoiyari, having compassion and being considerate of those around you, and also to is a place for some sleep people who are tired, work, so respect for the others. Okay? Don't touch Japan. Handshakes, nudging, and touching. To get someone's attention may be just normal for us, but it's all considered rude in Japan. If we don't, if we do that, strangers things even with teacher, but it's okay with family or someone you love. Anyways, take and bowing and limiting touching is the best way. Okay? About the do in Japan, do accept gifts when given. In Japan, there's actually sort of tradition in gift and receiving. The best way to accept a gift is to politely refuse it once or twice, but no more than 3 times, then and take the gift. Receiving business card like the treasure. The ritual of exchanging business card like every ceremony in Japan is based on respect for the order and rank, which means there is a hierarchical order to follow the common business card exchange. Knowledge the order can keep you from finding yourself in an embarrassing situation and prevent important business events from going so when you receive the other person, accept it with both hands and hold it in a low position, don't higher position. That you just be sure to thank them for the cut. And just back on the phone for avoid people to hitting. Putting your bags in front when use a busy trend is to prevent you hitting people you don't know when to put in the bag. Okay, next on the number second is Ireland. Don't call Irish people as Englishman or British people. One thing that will upset an Irishman is to call them English or British. It's different country in Thailand and a long story there is, so make sure you only call them British. Irish. Don't object to swear. If you're offended by casual swearing, Ireland might be not the best holiday spot for you. Is the truth universally acknowledged that the Irish swear to a lot conversation? Yes. In general, Irish people swear a lot, think of a more of verbal thing than any sign of aggression. Okay, but the do in Ireland is greeting with our hand. When meeting an Irish person for the first time, offer your hand for a polite handshake. In Google I/O, you'll often greet with a wave and say, "Oh yeah." But then just on the street, why in Dublin and Belfast such friendliness? It's usually reserved for acquaintance and friends. If, however, you are the one lift your hand and greeting, you can more than like expect a friendly will return anywhere in an island. So, about the Philippines, don't smoking or vaping in public places. Smoking in public in places is prohibited. Don't imitate it because there is a violation. The threat of imprisonment is a maximum for 4 months and fine of 5,000 pesos. And don't gossiping. Don't do this in Philippines because there is a law against gossiping or what is often referred as a chismis. But to remind people that everything that comes out for our months is our responsibility and individuals and citizens. And don't bring the religion insensitive topic. The majority of population in Philippines is a Catholic. It's better to avoid discussing religion conversations. This topic is considered to make a war. This thing is prohibited including in Philippine shop and around the world. But the do in Philippines is a smile when meeting a people. Mostly important circumstances for good manners for smiling with Filipino, whether formal and informal, is a one thing manners tradition is really good for the symbol happiness with the all of people in the Philippines. Do explore the country as much as you can. Interested for explore a place in Philippines, including Chocolate Hill in Bohol. But one thing you should know about the explorer is you don't walk alone. Cause walk alone in the tourist station like the hill is really dangerous. Might become the tourist destination if possible. Don't be alone. Must be at least a 5 or more people. Okay. In Canada, don't talk too much about yourself. For example, if you're a doctor and you have a good position in your back, don't talk too much about yourself to the Canadian people because don't even care about you. They will ask why you move here in Canada when you have that kind of position in your back home. Okay, don't invite another person without permission into party. When I invite you, just only you who can go to the party, because Canadian people they want to make sure you have a reserve. You are really going to the party, then they know at least how much people going to party in the near. And don't just go to knock down without permission. They won't open the door you because it's real good. But if you're going to drop something or some message house, you have to call or text them first and ask them if it's okay you come to their house. Okay? About the do in Canadians eating in restaurant. Canadians pretty polite to waiters in restaurant. If you want a waiter to come a table, you should raise your hand but not snap the fingers. Uh, to attract their attention when they are close by. You should say, "Excuse me," meeting and greeting. Most people shake hands when they meet for the first time, or in a formal situation when people are good friends, they will sometimes hook each other to say hello, goodbye, and thank you. And Vietnam don't mention war. The brand of war is still danger here, and in the life of Vietnamese people, don't mention war. It's almost any case people might get either emotional or aggressive when such topic is brought up in Vietnam. Being a friendly and safe destination, Vietnam welcome to such formal parts of the world and walks of life. We know Vietnamese people are very appreciative if they see you trying to abide by their custom and very forgiving. To get some them wrong, we hope that this list of do and don't is when you're traveling in Vietnam. You have to make the most of your experience and avoid the maximum embarrassing situations. Don't pat in the back. Although it smells a funny attitude patting your back, it should only be done if a close of friend. Because the patting in the back is considered a wool act. So if you don't have a close relationship, don't try pat on the back. We will be considered disrespectful and keep bad impression in the eyes of the local community. But do in Vietnamese handshake. Shaking hands should only be done when attending an event by health companies or meeting with people around who show a high sense of solidarity with the relationships. As before taking photo, Vietnamese people use good manners for asking and tend to smile up even when embarrassed or uncomfortable. So never you assume it's okay to take picture of someone important. Not do not take photos of the area or any military personal equipment. It is a violation of national security and you could end up in jail, which is not good. North Korea, don't smile and drink alcohol on July 8th. July 8th is designated a day of national mourning in memory of North Korea's founding father, Kim Il sung, who passed away in 1994. That means that on July 8th, every year citizens are not allowed to smile or speak loudly because it's considered rude to promote that official people activities are also restricted, including to consume liquor. Don't take any photos in North Korea. This rule must be obeyed by foreign tourists. While traveling to North Korea any form to taking pictures that are not accompanied by permission is a violation of regulations. The local authorities will do the cameras or even arrest the photographer. The authorities need to find a night right travel agents in order to be able to guard and explain various rules to should not be followed in North Korea. And don't put the newspaper. North Korea sells newspaper, but citizens are prohibited from following them while pictures of leaders were plastered all over the newspaper. So following them was considered rude. But the haircut in North Korea is really special. The North Korean government introduced a recommended haircut style to its citizens starting in 2013. There are both Asian hairstyles for women and for men. Of the roles and hairstyle we list, none of the are the same as Kim Jong Un needs because Kim doesn't want to match by anyone. Meanwhile, the haircuts that are not included in the list of recommendations is prohibited by the government if there are residents who do not comply of the officer will immediately cut hair off the violator on the spot. Many have mobile phones. North Korea is one of countries with lowest mobile phone penetration rates in the world. Therefore, it's quite surprising to see any who have cell phones on the street. People make calls while reading and motorbikes, including the bicycle too. And last is China. Don't looks right away. But it is a good idea for avoid hygiene directly in China, especially when meeting someone to the first time. Anybody contact on and a simple handshake make Chinese people feel uncomfortable. Don't wrap the gifts the using a color like a black or white. The things that is prohibited when giving a gift using a black or white wrapping paper. As a solution for the better, you choose a red color in the festival. About the do in Japan is a punctuality time. Punctuality is a sign of respect for others. Chinese, Chinese people usually come early to show their discipline, but you have to pay attention to the time and the situation became arriving early at meal is considered important and gives the impression that you are hungry and you want to eat. Okay, that's all for me, and I say thank you for kind attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.